you had a good introduction and you wanted to protect the planet, and when anybody says that, I love it. Inkcubeko, your name, I mean, it sings with that and it resonates with everybody, I'm sure. Your poster, I think after your name, you put your name on there, I think I would have wanted to see this prototype that you have been talking about for so long, Aura. I would have loved to see the name Aura there in big letters, and I would have loved to see a picture or a sketch of this wonderful thing that you are wanting to use in the caves, right? I obviously think that you've spoken too long. It was very clear. And you get my attention, by the way, which is great. But I just think that because it's a theme, this was like this little way, you know, only one is speaking. And that's most probably because it's not the whole team today. It's not the whole team, I can see that. And the lady, the introduction, you spoke really, very fast. I couldn't almost follow you. You were a little bit nervous. You must breathe and pause. And even if you have to write on your cue card the word pause, I said it last time, write stop, then you breathe. You read stop, you're not gonna, you just breathe for a moment. It will also remind you to evaluate yourself in that nervous moment so that you can just slow down. It was genuinely fast. And why haven't I heard your voice today? What's the problem? Why couldn't you do some of what he said? I'm asking you so that I can hear your voice. He did it. Was it mixed? But didn't you have time in all this time when you were sitting here to just take that mix and give him something?
I did because my part runs with his, so I have to make it. I have to make it a structure so it can a flow. So after she said it was supposed to be me, said problem statement, then the baby.
And what happened there?
Some of these things that you're trying to solve already have existing solutions which we are not crediting. So I would have loved the fact that some of the things you've mentioned that they are existing, you first do credit that fact. And if that's what you want to solve, then you solve that. But one thing that really caught my attention is the fact that your robot will be able to detect oxygen levels and toxic. That to me, if it's not existing, that is something you can invest on. I think.
Carried us with you, if that helps. I was able to follow that from beginning to end. I do think some point you should have sent that out, my friend, it's my turn, just so that we had a chance to hear from you as well. But Fabri is 100% right. You guys did the research yourself, and I really appreciate that, because you didn't speak with cue cards because you knew what you were talking about, because you invested the time to do the research yourself. So I like that you even went into how much it could cost and the potential of, modeling it with spike run. And what I would say to that is, then why not build the robot with the spike run, like a prototype? We've got spare parts here and there we can check, just so that you have a prototype. Since you're referencing the Lego, they're going to ask you, well, you could have built a prototype with the Lego of this robot. So it's not going to be as fancy, but I mean, it's Lego. Get creative, use what are those things, those beads, and the random connectors to make it look like what you want your robot to look like. But yeah, the research was really, it was done well. It was also presented clearly. Just remember to hand over, maybe a cue card would help you just to say, no, this is my stop sign, short left, and to the next person. But yeah, I think we will hand over to Vanessa so that she can tell you how great or what she thinks of your robot. Let me go.
So it's cool, because if you've ever gone to explore caves, it's quite scary, especially if it's an unknown cave. It would be cool if it could also detect histoplasmosis, which is a mold. It's essentially what's the Pharaoh's curse. It's what killed all the city archaeologists that went into the early Pharaoh tombs, and it grows in bat poop, and it can be fixed now. And so yes, that would be cool, because I've had that. It's not a fun thing to get. So histoplasmosis, mold, that would be cool. I think just the oxygen alone and the mapping of the cave, so that you could go and plan where you're going to put your carabiners, how you're going to get down. So to have that information first would be fantastic. And I do know there is some cave mapping tech out. But if you could tie it out with the ground penetrating radar out, because a lot of the early caves, these deep, dangerous caves, is where they're finding Australopithecus and stuff, so hominids. So it's not really going to help you with ground penetrating radar because it's rock and fossils. So just the mapping and decent photography of the cave would be awesome.
Ground penetrating radar can detect, since it can detect something underground, maybe an opening.
Yes, I understand.
Yes. So it can warn, it can keep the data level, and you can warn the archaeologists when they go to watch out, since there's money, there's trap here, they might fall. It can also be used for that.
Okay, that's fair enough. Like if there's like a potential sinkhole.
Yeah.
Yes, okay.